let's talk about rappelling. So I've got my top rope set up, and very simple. I've got both ends measured. I've got the middle of the rope. I've got knots in the end of the rope. So I'm going to clip into both strands with my belay device. So clipping my belay device into the belay loop, taking 2 bites, a bite of rope with both strands, passing one strand through each of the holes on my belay device, and clipping my locking carabiner through both those strands and the cable of the belay device, lock that biner, and now here I'm making sure that the rope that goes up towards the anchor is on the top of the belay device, and obviously the ropes that go down to the bottom, the free end, are on the bottom of the device. And also making sure that the device is set up correctly. Pretty easy, just follow the diagram. Or if you have teeth on your belay device, the teeth are facing down and you're set to go. Now, if I just were to rappel off here and I were to get hit by a rock or I let go of the rope for some reason, I would fall down. So it's always a really good habit to use a backup prusik, which is basically just a third hand. So I'm gonna take my 1.5 meter prusik cord, and I'm gonna do a 2-wrap prusik on the strands below the device. 2 strands. I'm gonna pass one through my leg loop, pull it nice and tight, and I'm gonna tie a small overhand knot. And now, you can see if I were to let go of the rope, this prusik grips the rope and holds the belay device in the brake position. So now that I'm set up, I'm gonna get ready to go. I like to cinch the belay device up as tight as possible, tighten the prusik up, and I like to physically make sure that everything is set up properly before I take off my safety. So here I am, obviously my anchor is set up correctly, rope going through the belay device up towards the anchor, my brake strand's on the bottom, my prusik, 2-wrap prusik is below. It's tight enough that that prusik isn't getting pinched into the belay device. I'm weighting it, everything's great. I can take off my safety, get that out of the way, and I'm ready to go. Now, rappelling with a prusik, regrettably, is a little bit more challenging. And I find, for me, what I like to do is I'll take the time to loosen the prusik up, and I'll hold it with my upper hand, keeping it nice and loose, and I'll take my downhill hand and I'll actually grab below my leg. So I have a bit of friction creating from the rope going around my leg. And just go nice and slowly, keeping your feet up against the wall for balance, but not taking any of your body weight, right? I'm not standing, I'm just using my legs for balance.